Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Hearty welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever they are. We extend you a very warm welcome. Green morning, green afternoon, and green evening to everyone. Can the world be more greener? Can we save our planet? Can we leave for our children a place better than what we got from our ancestors? And I think there's a lot to be done in this universe, and Power of Self, which comes to you every Friday at 5:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. It does a lot of miracles for all of us in our life. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's travel together. Let's move together. All of us, our brothers and sisters, Indian diaspora, non-resident Indians, for the Indian education and skills empowerment. And while we all try and understand and know what is power of self, and today it's going to be very important, power of words. Who says words don't matter? Today is a very important day in India. We would try and discover why it is important in India. So we extend a very hearty welcome to Surya Vijay Shastri Kotamarti ji, the CEO of the Kotamarti Group from Toronto, Canada. Pleasure and let's travel. Ladies and gentlemen, today is 26th of November and today is Samvidhan Divas of India. We, the people of India, and that is the complete thing. You should read it over here. What exactly is the importance of Indian Constitution? Now, we started wonderful journey with Kotamarti ji all the way from 27th of August. And that was believe in the power that is within you. And that's a power of self. From there, we moved on to power of detachment. We moved on to power of karmas, power of voice. And today also, words do matter in our life. Power of tolerance, power to accommodate, power of self-talk, power of positivity, power to withdraw, power of emotions, and willpower. Great, great. Power of giving. Let's give more and more. Power of listening. And of course, we extend a very warm welcome on behalf of International Chamber for Service Industry. We all are in the human service, and particularly over here, teachers and youth empowerment, our chamber is working in that direction. Tonight, we will also be talking of the power of smiles. There's a women empowerment series every Friday, and imagine what a coincidence. Power of words is coming at 5:30. And the power of smiles will come once again. That is tonight. Do join us 26th of November at 8 p.m. Tomorrow, we will be all traveling with Ayurveda for the global wellness. And I'm very happy to share with all of you, we will be hosting tomorrow 91st program. And Dr. Parmeshwar Aroraji has told me when we complete 100 programs, we are going to have something unique. And tomorrow, 8 p.m., we will also take you to Northeast India, 8 beautiful states. So, ladies and gentlemen, come together. Let's get back to the basics of life. And whatsoever our mind can conceive and believe, we can achieve. If that is possible, let's go with Surya Vijay Shastri Kotamarti ji. And we take on today power of words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you business class ticket free of cost. Travel and meet Surya Vijay Shastri Kotamarti ji all the way in Canada. Hearty welcome and a pleasure to have you with us. Indeed, it's a great, great pleasure that you spare your valuable time every Friday to share your vision, to share your thought process, and to give us power of self. And today, we all are going to talk about power of words. I go in silence and let the words come from Surya Vijay Shastri Kotamarthi from Canada.
Namaskar, Dr. Sharma ji. Thank you very much for the kind words. And I wish everyone in India happy Samvidhan Divas. It is very important that we celebrate the Constitution of India. We understand it and we follow it so that we have a better India. Best wishes to everyone today for the Samvidhan Divas. Last week, we spoke about power of listening. If we have to listen, that means somebody has to speak. So if we get into the good habit of listening, then we'll listen to what others are speaking. But at the same time, if we also, whatever we speak, we have to speak in a way that is good for others. It is said in Christianity that the tongue causes life or death, which means that anything that you say can either create hope in the other person, give life to them, or it can cause death within you. And death does not mean literal death, but it can cause death in your relationships, death of your friendships, death of your anything that you are doing. It will, death means it will break the continuity of what you have. So words we speak can either bring up somebody or they can crush them totally. So we have to be very careful when we speak the words. Especially, we have to remember that our strength, our words can create confidence in others, depending on what we say. Unfortunately, these days, everyone has got a whole bank of words which they say that you cannot use this word with me. And they have those limitations, and anyone saying that particular word, oh, he said that word to me, and that's why I'm not talking to him. Now, what is that word? After all, a word is a word. It depends on how you take it, right? And then we not only attach and create a whole list of words that people should not be using for us, which they don't know, unfortunately, that you don't want to use those words. We also attach a tone. You say, hey, say that, but don't say in that tone. If you say the same word in a different tone, I will accept it. Now, the tone at which somebody says, it is not necessarily the tone that you think that it should come from them. After all, a word is a word. You should not create your boundaries. Then the next thing is we create boundary of words. You cannot say this type of word to me. You cannot say this type of word with me. So we are very, what would I say? We fix ourselves with the type of words that people should be speaking to us. That's the first thing I'm requesting everyone, that do not create a list of words which you think people should not be speaking to you. Words are words. Take them as words. Do not take them literally. And please do not, take the tone to be the reason for your getting offended, because everyone has a way of saying, a tone with which they say, and tone really should not matter. It is eventually the word which they are saying that matters. The tone with which they are saying really should not matter. So we have to be very careful about the words that we speak. Now, we have to remember that you always get what you sow. It's like words are like seeds. If we start sowing seeds within, words which will cause trouble to you, like, and that will eventually grow, will become into a tree and bear the fruit. The good fruit or the bad fruit will depend on the type of seed that you are sowing. For instance, if we use the word stress, when you say that word stress for the first time, probably you are not really meaning it, but you start building in yourself that I am stressed. Then the next time, you again, when somebody else says I am stressed, you think, oh yeah, I am also stressed. So you have sowed the seed of the word stress within you. And this slowly keeps developing, and it will reach a stage where stress becomes normal. And unfortunately, these days, everyone has created this word stress. Then there is another interesting word called busy. You know, nowadays, if you don't use the word busy, everyone thinks that he's not a fit person. There's something wrong with him, or how can you not be busy? Busy has become, the word busy has become very stylish, and we have sown all these words within us. The word busy is actually not the word that we should be using. And I will tell the counterpart of these words, which we should be using, so that if we start sowing those words within, then eventually, you will be creating yourself something better, and you'll be careful when you start sowing such words within. Another word which is causing a lot of uneasiness and has created in this world as of now is the word depressed. Now, obviously, if you are saying you are stressed, then after some time, you start telling, the word stress is actually causing me depression. Now, why do we have to use such words? We have to tell ourselves that I am very easy. If you say that, then you will never get stress, because you say that I am easy, I don't have any problem, anything comes, I will be able to take it. So that is the word which we have to reap, so that we can reap that word, and always you will take anything without stress. Similarly, if you, instead of using the word I am busy, you can also use the same word, easy. If you when you are easy, then you can do things in a better way. So do not create words that will actually create the I always speak about the inner world. So whatever we are sowing is what will come out. So we have to use those words, like use the word saying confidence. I am very confident. When you use the word I'm very confident, and you tell yourselves that you're confident, you will always be able to do everything confidently. But again, we have now got into that mode where each one of us has some fear. Now, fear is actually a word, means really it is an imaginary thing. Fear does not exist. Fear is created by us. And the word fear actually makes you feel, when you saw the word, I fear water, I fear fire, I fear getting into the plane, or each one of them has different types of fears. But these are all created, and we tell ourselves time and again that I have a lot of fear. So that fear keeps developing. And once you have fear for something, then again, you will use that same word for getting fear with something, fear of talking in front of people, fear of talking to each other, fear of not being able to communicate properly. All these are internal fears, and we have created those words, and we actually stress on them, and we start working on them, and that will cause pain to us and not. So what we have to use, we should start using words which really give us and make us person who are confident. You use your words in such a way that whatever you say, the other person gets the benefit from you. Be compassionate in what you say. Use the word with compassion. Any word that you use with compassion will resonate to the other person, and you will get back compassion from that person. If you are happy and then you are passing on words that create happiness in the other person, then automatically they will also resonate happiness to you. Every word that we speak, we have to be careful. The reason for the number of divorces that we have that are increasing these days is only because of exchange of words. I understand that there are about 16,000 words that we speak on a daily basis. Now, 16,000 words is almost equal to 60 pages of words. And really speaking, we do not need to speak so much. We have to be careful in every word that we say. So when you are speaking about almost an average of about 16,000 words, you are not sure as to which word you would have said. And as I said earlier, people have their own word bank, which they will say, oh, this word that you use with me is not good for me. Just as you have your list of words that people should not use for you, others also have their list of words which you should not use with them. So we have to be careful in using the words, but always if we use words that lead to compassion, lead to encouragement, you should always speak anything that gives encouragement to the other person. Do not say words which will cause them pain. And then there are times when people, just because someone has said to them something, even in a family, if the father says something, maybe it was not said with an intention that it should have been taken like that, but the children take it in a different way, and that can cause them pain, and it can remain for a lifetime. So words are very important. I can give a big list of words, but that is not what is the intention of my talk today. I would like to tell everyone that please give yourself a thought that what do I have that word list which I have created, and I'm going on adding, and how do I get rid of those words and bring in my list of words that I would like to say that to others, instead of hearing what you want others to say to you. Create a word bank of words that you would like to say and will give good encouragement to others, good life to others, good compassion to others. Make everyone feel that you are the power bank of words. They should be able to learn from whatever words you are using. And then each one of us, if we create such word banks and use it in the appropriate way, then the question of hurt, break in relationships, and depressed people, uneasiness in yourself, creating stress, all these things that we have created with words. And each one of us, if one says I'm stressed, the other person says I'm also stressed. Now that is how stress, the word stress has passed from each one of us, and it has reached a stage where everyone now stress is normal. You ask anyone, they say yes, stress is normal. How did stress become normal? Because we started using the word stress, and we sowed that word within us, and maybe somebody gave us that seed, but we sowed it in. We are the ones who have to decide what we sow, because it will reap what we sow. So many words are there like that, and I would actually uh, give the floor to you, Dr. Sharma, and would like to hear from each one of us who is on the show to say and ask what type of words do they use, and do they think that they use, or should they use, or they should not. I would like to hear from the people what about the words, and whatever I've said, does it make sense to them?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vijay Shastriji. And people, those have joined us on the YouTube, hearty welcome to all of you. Thank you very much. Besides greetings, kindly also post your views, because that is also very important to us. If you have got any specific query, question, observation, deliberation, anything you would like to have, your greetings, we all are accepting. You have written from different parts. Everything is pretty fine. If somebody would like to ask, over here, he made a mention that we use word nowadays, tone also, then busy. And somebody may use, I'm pleasantly occupied. I'm pleasantly occupied. That is also busy. Depressed, he says, how busyness leads to depression. And then I'm easy. I'm very easy. And then confidence, fear. Fear does not exist at all. It's all unknown fear. I meant to say irrelevant fear, which we unnecessarily carry. Manisha ji, thank you. Words are so powerful and should wisely be used. Sushil Saxena ji, hearty welcome from Delhi Tourism. Sobha Lakshmi from Chennai, thank you. Mamta ji, thank you. Balkrishan ji, thank you. Gurpreet ji, thank you. All the people, those are joining us. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to have all of you. Now, if I put it this way with you, who says words don't matter? Who says words don't matter? So I'm reminded of, there's a beautiful movie of Shri Devi ji that is called English Winglish. And then there's another very beautiful movie that is called The King's Speech. It's such a powerful movie, The King's Speech, My Fair Lady. These are all related to communication skills and power of words. And The King's Speech is so good because it's quite a new movie, almost about, I think, 3-4 years only. But there he uses one sentence, I have a voice. I have a voice. And he says, who says words don't matter? Words are more sharpened than the sword. They do matter in our life. And Julie Subba ma'am is writing from Imphal. I prefer to say unable to manage time instead of I'm busy. Unable to manage time. Nobody is free in this world. Everyone is preoccupied with their own tasks. Again, it's a matter of priority, which people replace with I was busy, so what people don't. So when somebody use the word I am or I was busy, I can feel a pang in my heart that priority was there for the next person, not for me. Also, Gurpreet ma'am is writing, words mean different things to different people on different occasions. Some word someone can accept without reaction, and in many they react vehemently because my ego feels it's unacceptable, as the listener must know how to accept it. So, well, wonderful comments are there, wonderful views are there, and wonderful participation is there. You can
So
take on the journey further.
yeah, sure. It's interesting, and I would like to give my thoughts on what Shivaji has said. First, she said it's good that instead of saying busy, you can say I'm unable to manage time. But use the words which are positive for you, so that you are sowing that word within. So instead of saying unable to manage time, you can say, I manage my time very well. So when you say that I manage my time very well, slowly you get into that mode where you're telling yourself that I manage my time very well, I manage my time very well. And then you confidently will be able to do it. It's same thing that you are saying I'm unable to manage, but if you, instead of saying I'm unable, because anywhere you use the words which are negative instead of positive, always they start creating some sort of inconvenience, because you are still telling yourself that you are unable to manage. So please, Subhaji, use the word I manage my time very well, and start telling yourself that you manage your time very well, and slowly you will see the difference, and over a period of time you'll be able to manage your time very well. And coming back to what Gurpreet ji has said, I would like to say that was what I have actually started with. Words mean different to different people. They should not mean different to different people. We have created our list of words, and that's why we think that we don't know what the other person will take. Like, there is nothing like yeah, a word like stress will mean the same thing to somebody. It'll mean stress to me, it'll mean stress to you, it'll mean stress to anyone. But how you say it and what you say it is what I was telling you, the word, the list of words that you use and the tone with which you use. So we have to create ourselves with all good words, and not remove those words which and even if by any chance you have said something that the other person has not received it well, then have the courage or the build up yourself in such a way that do not react to what they say, because you did not mean what they think you meant. So it's an understanding from your side. So we have to say good. I mean, we should always communicate with good words. And if those words have unfortunately been created in their list of words that somebody should not use it, then please accept their reaction, and do not react to it, and say, okay, probably what I have said is not that is within their list of words that should not be used, or that interpretation is different, and let me not get into it. But that's a very good thought, Gurpreet ji. I agree with you that people, the whole issue of confrontation is only because words mean different to different people, and we have to actually take the uh, with what intention is that other person saying? Do not listen, do not create words with you. They try to understand the other person. And if you if you have an open mind and do not have that list of that bank of words, then you will you will understand the other person, because then you have an open mind. You do not have a dictionary of words that should not be used against you. So that is what I would say. And when it comes to the power of words, I would like to say that you can make a big difference by encouraging people instead of saying something that
them
would
down.
actually cause, will bring them down. Say something which will encourage them. Similarly, instead of saying words which will hurt them, say some give words which will bring compassion in within them. We have to use the words which we think will not harm others. Now, when we say something and somebody is understanding in a different way, that is their understanding. But still, if we communicate from our side with the right intention and are ready to receive the words back in whatever form they are given, you do not worry about it. Sow good seeds within. All the words that we use, please do not use always good words, positive words, words that communicate to the other person that whatever I am saying is in your best interest. Do not make them feel that you are saying something which is negative for them. The fact that they are feeling like that, it need not necessarily be that you have said that, but probably their thinking is like that. So it is always, communication is always between people. Communication is not completed. And that is what we discussed in the previous webinar, that communication is complete only when somebody listens to you. So listening is the other half of communication. So the other person, if they also get into the habit of good listening, then they will be able to understand the word that you have used better. And when they understand that the communication will be complete in a better way when you listen to the other person, and the words that they are using, you will understand them and you will be able to interpret them correctly and go forward. So it is a combination of listening and also using words. When you communicate the word, the other person is listening to the word. So we have to see with how much care they are listening to you, and have they understood you or not. And if they have not understood, that means they have not listened to you properly. So take the trouble of saying it again, and saying in a way that they understand, and that is the purpose of communication. So words are words, but they can mean a lot. So when you use them with very care, and be careful in what you say, and be ready to understand the other person when they say and they did not understand the way you said it. So that is about the power of words, and we should always be careful when we say something, and we should not create this bank of words which we expect others not to use to us. And also understand that if at all you have created a word full bank of words that should not be used with you, similarly they must also be having their bank of words which you should not be using. So first of all, do not create the bank. If you have those, slowly dissolve them and remove them from your dictionary. And that seed should be removed from within over a period of time. Or if you have reaped such words and they have grown into a tree, gradually pluck that tree out and sow new seeds, fresh seeds with fresh words, and let those words get develop within you. So that is what is my request to
Power of
everyone
words.
who's listening. Yeah, that is
Thank
the
you.
power of words.
Thank you. Thank you. Very kind of you. It was such a beautiful insight. Can we touch upon something about Canada, latest, what's happening? How's the temperature? How are you? How people are getting to the work?
Canada is very fine. Slowly, as days pass by, week after week, it's getting colder. But we still have not seen any snow here in Toronto. Neither have we heard about snow coming anywhere else in other parts of Canada. But um, especially in Western Canada, that is British Columbia and Alberta, where we have the Rocky Mountains. People look forward for the snow to come because all the winter sports start. People want to go skiing, they want to go and live in those cold weathers. There are many different types of winter sports that are there in Canada, and people love the snow. So at this point in time, I think we are welcoming snow, and we are waiting for the snow to come, and so that we can go ahead and do our sports that we have here and enjoy them. When it comes to COVID-19, Canada is managing very well, continues to manage very well, but slowly we are opening up. And in the province of Ontario, where I live, things are far better. They have opened up a lot. Now the restaurants are open, and people are able to go and sit with social distancing and able to enjoy. There are weddings and other events that are allowed now. Only thing is that there are limitations on the number of people who can be invited, but at least you can celebrate your various religious or cultural or any other events with your people. So it's opening up, and the travel to India also has opened up. So flights are coming from India to Canada, and flights are going from Canada to India. Of course, the number of people that can travel in a flight is still less. So it's still expensive to travel, because in addition to traveling, you also have to go through a number of tests, which are again expensive. So people are traveling, but they are traveling with care, which is good for us and good for everyone. So that is what is happening here in Canada. Everything is going good. Anybody has any questions? I know in the past we have discussed about education. Sharmaji, you have spoken about travel tourism. There is definitely a big demand for travel tourism here. The only thing is, and during winter, the travel to Canada is slightly reduced, because Niagara Falls, which is one of the world's seven wonders of the world, is the place where people across the world come. They still come during winter, but the number reduces significantly. So at this point in time, travel to Canada for visit is still not as bad as it will be in the next couple of months, because as December and January come, for tourists will get reduced, but then others who have to travel, students who have to travel for their education, they are traveling, and others are traveling. So that is the status, Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we wish you a wonderful winter, your winter sports and wonderful weather. Enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. And everybody says, thank God it's Friday. And it's a Friday morning for you, and it's a Friday evening for India. And of course, in between, there's a sandwich that is all the way in Europe, because people must have enjoyed half a day so far. Lunch is over and they are moving ahead. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for coming. And thank you very much for sharing your thought process. And we take on next week once again, next Friday.